Are you looking for the best tablets? In this video we will look at some of the 10 best tablets on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. Apple iPad 2022 10th Gen. The 10th Gen iPad, 7 out of 10, Wired recommends, recently got an official price drop from Apple after the company phased out the 9th Gen model. This price is much more reasonable for what you get. The iPad has a uniform, slim bezel around the 10.9-inch LCD screen. There's no home button like on older iPads. Instead, the Touch ID fingerprint sensor is embedded into the power button at the top edge of the slate. The headphone jack is also gone. It has a USB-C port, which means you can use the same cable as your MacBook or iPhone 15 to recharge it. There's also 5G support on the cellular model, and the 12MP selfie camera now sits at the center when you hold the tablet horizontally. No need to awkwardly look to the side during video calls. At $349, the iPad does everything you'd want it to. It has plenty of power to play top-end games, thanks to the A14 Bionic chipset. The screen is sharp and bright enough to watch hours of movies and shows, and it's just large enough to use for some light work if you connect it to a keyboard. It supports the Magic Keyboard Folio and the Smart Folio case, but I suggest saving your cash and sticking with a third-party keyboard. You can use it with a first-gen Apple Pencil or Apple Pencil USB-C for a decent drawing experience. But there is an air gap between the screen and the glass, so it's not a top choice for sketching. Number 2. OnePlus Pad. If you're eyeing a tablet that can replace your laptop now and then, one that still works great as an entertainment slate, and is not an iPad, take a look at the OnePlus Pad. 8 out of 10, Wired recommends. It's the first ever tablet from the phone maker and it runs Android 13 out of the box, so there are a lot of improvements in making the Android experience on a tablet great. Multitasking is notably efficient here, aided by the company's accessories, a magnetic keyboard case and a stylus. It was the first time I felt comfortable working for long stretches on an Android tablet. OnePlus occasionally has a sale bundle that includes the keyboard or stylus with your tablet purchase for free on its storefront. The 11.61-inch LCD 144Hz display is sharp, fluid, and colorful. The battery has excellent standby time and can get through close to a full workday, and performance is pretty smooth. It's a shame there's no microSD slot, headphone jack, or biometric authentication. It'll get 2 more OS updates and 3 more years of security updates, but it's worth noting that it looks like a successor may be on the way. Number 3. Google Pixel Tablet. Google's Pixel Tablet, July 10th, Wired recommends, is part tablet, part smart display. This 11-inch slate is like a big Pixel phone with a sharp LCD screen, good speakers, and slick software. It's powerful too, thanks to the Tensor G2 software inside. However, it comes with a hub, so when you're done using it as a tablet, you can magnetically dock it to automatically start recharging. This hub doubles as a speaker, and since the Pixel tablet is the first to support Chromecast, you can cast music or shows to it from your phone or laptop and get beefier sound out of the system. When you're not using it, you can have the display show a clock or friends and family from your Google Photos library like a digital picture frame. The best part is multi-user support. The Pixel tablet supports up to 8 profiles, so every family member can switch to a personalized profile, securely locked via fingerprint. Each profile can be configured with specific widgets, apps, and layouts, so it's easy to make it feel like your own slate even if it's a shared device. Google recently started selling the Pixel tablet as a standalone slate in case you don't care much for the speaker dock, a nice way to shave off $100 bucks. Whichever way you go, I highly recommend getting the official Pixel tablet case, $79, as it adds a much-needed kickstand and doesn't interrupt the hub attachment point. Number 4. Amazon Fire HD 10, 2023. Amazon's Fire tablets aren't for everyone. They really push Amazon Prime services and apps, but they're great for leisurely tasks like playing games and watching movies. There's no Google Play Store, though there's a workaround, and not every Android app is readily available. Still, for $140, it's hard to beat the 2023 Fire HD 10, which is our favorite Fire tablet. The update over the 2021 model is largely just a processor bump, making it slightly faster. It has enough power for most tasks, even some light work. If you pair it with a Bluetooth keyboard, there's a keyboard bundle. There's a USB-C port, so you can charge it with the same cable as your laptop or phone, and it has hands-free Alexa support, meaning it can double as an Echo Show. Note that Amazon steeply discounts its Fire tablets on Prime Day, Black Friday, and for shopping holidays like back-to-school season, so try to avoid paying full price. That's why it might be worth looking at the Fire Max 11, which is a faster, better quality tablet, but has far too high of an MSRP. When it dips to $150 or less, it's worth it. Number 5. Apple iPad Air 2024 M2. The best iPad to buy, if you don't mind splurging a bit, is not the iPad Pro, but the iPad Air 810 Wired recommends. This recently revamped model looks like the previous iPad Air, but you now have two screen size options, 11 or 13 inches. It's powered by the M2 processor, the same chipset found in some of Apple's MacBooks, and despite the Air moniker, it's not the lightest iPad in the lineup anymore. Go figure. But the blend of a large, bright screen at a reasonable price, powerful performance, support for the top-tier Apple Pencil Pro, a fully laminated screen for more responsive sketching, and solid battery life make it a machine you'll want to tote from room to room. There's no Face ID, but Touch ID is integrated into the power button. The ultimate iPad, the 11-inch or 13-inch iPad Pro 610 Wired review, are more expensive than ever, $999 and $1,299, respectively, and are complete overkill for most people. If you have the funds, they're excellent slates, but you'll feel the limits of iPadOS more after spending this much, as it's still not going to replace your laptop. There are several upgrades though, like a 120Hz screen, the faster M4 chipset, a brilliant OLED display with a nanotexture glass add-on to reduce glare, better speakers, Face ID, and a LiDAR sensor. Number 6. Remarkable 2. I've been using the Remarkable 2 for a few years as a digital notebook, and it's hard to imagine life without it. Writing with the stylus feels closer to paper and pen than any other digital notebook I've tried. We've tested others here. You can choose between the Marker and the Marker Plus. The latter has an eraser at the other end, but I don't think it's worth the higher cost. The company has done a, sorry not sorry for the pun, remarkable job of keeping the software updated while adding more organizational features. You can add tags and make folders or notebooks, and the Slate does a decent job of converting handwriting to text. You can send files to your email in a few different formats too. You don't need to subscribe to its Connect service, $3 per month, but it gives you unlimited cloud storage and the ability to access and make notes on desktop and mobile. What upped the game for me was the new Type Folio keyboard cover, $199. This handy accessory magnetically sticks to the tablet and adds a tiny keyboard. It connects via pogo pins, so you never have to recharge it. The keyboard takes some getting used to, as the layout is cramped, but I love using it to write when I need to get away from all the distractions, Slack, email, and other messaging apps. Best of all is the Remarkable's long-lasting battery. I plug it in once a week if not less. Number 7. Fire HD 8 2022. The 2022 Fire HD 8 6/10 Wired review doesn't add much over the 2020 model outside of a slightly faster processor and thinner design. For the money, you get decent performance, a USB-C charging port, stereo sound, and hands-free access to Alexa, all of this in a travel-friendly 8-inch size. The screen isn't as nice as the Fire HD 10, and it can be a little tough to see images and text clearly if you're outside. But this is the best tablet you can get for around $100. There's no Google Play Store, but a workaround can net you access to more apps. Paying the extra $20 for the Fire HD 8 Plus is wise, as you get extra RAM, which helps when scrolling the web or juggling multiple apps, and wireless charging, so you can recharge it on almost any charging pad. You can also use an official wireless charging dock, which props up the tablet and turns it into an Echo Show while it's juicing up. Either way, consider picking up Amazon's magnetic cover to hold the tablet steady when you're binging TV shows. Number 8. Fire HD 8 Kids Edition, 2022. When giving a tablet to a kid, you want something durable and cheap so that it's unlikely to break and, if does, a replacement won't be too costly. Amazon offers kid-friendly versions of all its Fire tablets, and the Fire HD 8 Kids Edition sits in the sweet spot of having a kid-friendly size and a wallet-friendly price. It's the same as the Fire HD 8 above, but the extra money you spend adds a bulky case to protect the tablet and a 2-year worry-free damage plan. That means if your kid breaks it, you can return it and Amazon will send you a replacement for free. You also get a year of Amazon's Kids Plus service, which provides access to kid-friendly books, movies, games, and apps, all with parental controls. It's $8 per month after the first year, $6 for Prime members. There's also the larger Fire HD 10 Kids Edition, which comes in 2 variants, one for kids aged 3 to 7, and a Kids Pro Edition for kids aged 6 to 12. Both are pricier and might be too big for younger children to comfortably use. Check out our Best Kids Tablets guide for more ideas. Number 9. Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 Series. Samsung's Tab S9 Series 7/10 Wired recommends consists of 3 tablets: the Tab S9 $800, Tab S9 Plus $1,000, and Tab S9 Ultra $1,200. They're all insanely expensive, but you get some of the best hardware in Android, from superb bright 120Hz screens and IP68 water resistance to an included S Pen stylus and flagship performance. Samsung offers some of the longest support outside of Apple, with a promise of 4 Android OS upgrades and 5 years of security updates. These slates are capable at work and play, thanks to multitasking improvements and an improved DeX desktop mode. But I think the Tab S9 is the weakest of the lot in value. You can get a close experience with tablets like the OnePlus Pad and Pixel tablet for far less, or even Samsung's Galaxy Tab S9 FE. If you like the look of these Samsung tablets, stick with the Tab S9 Plus and Tab S9 Ultra. There aren't a lot of large-screen Android slates, and these do the job exceptionally well. Number 10. Microsoft Surface Pro Copilot Plus PC 11th Edition 2024. Who says tablets need to run operating systems originally designed for smartphones? Microsoft's Surface line employs Windows, making it suitable for heavy, desktop-grade workflows. The new Surface Pro 11th Edition 6 out of 10 Wired review has a great OLED display and excellent battery life, with pretty good performance. It's powered by Qualcomm's Snapdragon X Plus or Snapdragon X Elite chipsets on the ARM architecture, so not every Windows app will work perfectly just yet. Microsoft has a translation layer called Prism that will allow non-native ARM apps to work on these processors, but it's not all-encompassing. Skip this machine if you plan on doing a lot of graphics-intensive tasks. The best parts are the built-in kickstand, which lets you plop it down on almost any surface, and the new Flex keyboard, $450, which offers a brilliant trackpad and typing experience. It's not as polished as an iPad in tablet mode, but Windows 11 has larger touch targets that make it easier to use. The main problem? It's so expensive. Sure, you can get an absolute base model for $1,000, but you'll still need to add a keyboard, as it's not included. The upgrades and accessories, which are really what make this machine stand out, will push you closer to $2,000.